Edmundo. It is a warm and sunny 28 degrees out here today in Mortágua, central Portugal. The wasps and bees are loving our new blossoms on the apple tree. And we're all out of the house. We're about to take Eden for a walk around the village, and we thought we'd bring you with us and we could do a little walk and talk. Hi Story, you've got a little Wonder Woman today, your Wonder Woman t-shirt. You're gonna walk Eden? Yeah. We haven't been out and around the village for a while, for a few days at least, so we thought it'd be nice to come out and see what's going on out here, seeing as it's nice, such a nice day. Give Eden a walk. The neighbour's freshly dug patch of land. They were doing this yesterday in the evening, ready to sow some more crops. Some beautiful flowers there. It's a lovely colour, a lilac, really pretty. The little river here is flowing nicely. It's really quiet in the village today. I haven't seen anybody else at all. Story may actually go to sleep on this walk, so she may be due a nap, so hopefully she'll get a little nap in while we're out. There's the church up there. Everything's looking very green. Someone's been hard at work on this bit of land, Jay.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Not sure what it is, but it's very neat. Long rows of something. They look a lot like leek tops, so could possibly be leeks, but I'm just guessing.
It's so peaceful out here right now. The Story hasn't made a noise. There she is. She's still awake. Eden looks like she's desperate to go home already though. She's always like this when it's sunny. There's so many beautiful colours out here today. This is the spring we've been waiting for. I'm trying to use all this beauty and all this peace to distract myself from my work. I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning last night working on a project for a client, and my brain is still editing. I can still hear the music, I can still hear the noises and the cuts and all the aggressive beats I have to put into this particular edit, and it's just playing in my head. I spoke the last time when we came to this forest about meditation and how important it is, but sometimes if you relax yourself too much, you get out of the zone, the editing zone, the work zone. It brings you that peace, but then I have to restart again when I get back to my computer. And that's what my head is doing right now, so I'm in a bit of a conflicting place right now. I needed to get outside to experience a bit of the outdoors and to make sure I'm noticing the world around me. But at the same time, I'm not fully disengaging from my work.
I have recently been watching a few of our Thailand videos and reminiscing a little bit, and I've shown Story a couple of them and she's really enjoyed them. But while I was watching them, I remembered little things that I'd forgotten, like certain sounds, and after watching a few of those videos I'm now really conscious as to what little things we might forget about Portugal, and to just be more aware of what's around us every day and take it in properly. If there's a certain bird noise or a certain smell, like the pine and the eucalyptus scent and the blackbirds in the garden, that kind of thing is what you don't remember when you're not here anymore, and you soon forget that. So it's been nice to watch back the Thailand videos and just remind myself of our life there, but at the same time it made me think about the little things here more.
I was saying to Caroline when she was here the other day that when we were in Asia we really missed the sound of seagulls, because you don't really get seagulls in Asia, and when we came back to Europe it was one of the first things that made me go, oh wow, I've really missed this. So I know if we were to make a choice to go back that way, the same thing would happen. So I'm trying to be conscious of that when we make any future decisions about where we want to live in the future.
Now Story's getting very aware of everything around her. She'll pick up on little things as well that me and Jay may not have even noticed, and she's mimicking sounds a lot more. So when we were out the other day and the car beeped, Story then started going beep beep, and that's something, you know, we would just say, oh, you don't acknowledge it, but for Story that is a little moment of I don't know, something fun for her maybe, and new sounds to learn and things.
Or possibly a way for her to communicate with the world.
Yeah, exactly.
She might think that a machine can talk, and so she's making the same noises back.
Yeah. Story can talk car. Just things like that, the way Story notices all the birds. She's always the first one to spot a bird in the garden and the trees and touching the bark and stuff. Watching Story growing up and exploring the world around her has just been really, really eye-opening for me and for Jay as well. It's just amazing to watch, and at the same time she's making us more aware of everything as well, which is lovely.
If you're wondering what's got us talking like this, I have two very prominent clients in Thailand that have both suggested that we go back there and go into business with them. And I know that they watch these vlogs as well, so they'll probably see this and be thinking, please come back, because we've got so many plans. But judging by what we were saying the other day about how before Story goes to school, we'd like her to experience as much of the world as we can show her within budget and within reason, it's definitely playing on my mind as to whether we should be settling down, making a life properly here, or whether we should still be moving a bit before we end up getting anchored and it's more difficult to do so. So that's why my mind is all over the place right now. I know somebody who's got some wanderlust in her heart, always.
Me?
Yeah. I was having a chat with the guy I'm working with, and I said, don't tell Sacha what you're thinking, because she'll be packing her bags next week. Freedom! Go for it, Eden. Hey, dozy girl. Can you see Eden? Or do you just want to rest and meditate? You've had a very peaceful life so far, haven't you, Story? I'm so glad we've managed to do this for you so far. To give a little bit more insight into our situation, what makes us happy changes so much and so quickly. For example, the settlement and the permanence, the idea of staying here in Portugal, learning the language, buying a house, and having a lovely home we can always return to is very appealing, and we both feel that. And then sometimes, the longer you think about those things, the more you wish to break free of anchors like that and travel exotic lands and places that are very different from where you were brought up, like Asia, and opportunities that pop up, like starting a business with a friend in another country, is crazy, but also very exciting. Yeah. And that brings us happiness too. I think over the years we've kind of worked out that in the end, we need to find some way of injecting both of those into our life, perhaps each year or perhaps each couple of years, so that we can have that freedom to allow our hearts to get what it wants all the time. And that's one hell of a goal to achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your happiness comes from the simplest of things, doesn't it, Story? Like a bumpy pram ride, or Eden splashing in the water. Another being we have to consider a lot is this one right here. She's had quite the adventurous life since we bought her when she was 5 years old, and she's been all the way to Asia, she's been around Europe. She's an old doggy now, and we did say when we left Thailand that we wouldn't put her on a plane again. And she's definitely happier in Europe, isn't she, Sash?
Yeah, she is.
She loves the climate here, she loves how much cooler it is. She's just more relaxed here. She was very stressed out in Thailand a lot with the ticks and the heat. It was constant.
Eden's been on boats, planes, trains, many cars.
She has.
I think she just wants to retire now and just be a sofa dog.
However, saying that, Wherever we go, she will go.
Yeah.
Hey Sash, what does that remind you of? Can you remember?
Monk's robes.
Yeah, in Thailand they used to wrap monk's robes around the trees and the walking trails towards the temples.
Yeah. One big factor that makes both of us very happy is being outside and being outdoors and walking, hiking, even just sitting in the garden, having a picnic. We need to be outside as people. We don't fare that well when we're trapped inside for long periods of time. So that's another thing to consider, that here in Portugal we can be outside so much more, and in Thailand it is hot, but it's not geared up so much for an outdoor life and outdoor living, whereas it is much more like that here.
Another thing that's easy for me to forget is sometimes I moan about the winter here being 3 or 4 months or whatever, you don't want to be outside, but then in Thailand we had the smoky season in Chiang Mai, which was when the farmers burn all the crops, and again you don't want to be outside then.
Yeah.
It's ugly, it's hot, you don't want to breathe it in.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that's easy to forget when you're not there.
Yeah, and Chiang Mai, not just Chiang Mai.
Yeah, just generally the north.
Yeah. I would really love to take you to Thailand though, Story. Hey, do you think you'd like it? We could get you a Made in Thailand t-shirt. I was talking to one of my friends about wanting to take Story to Thailand, and he said, oh, wouldn't you prefer to wait until she was a bit older so she would appreciate it more? And I see where they're coming from, but at the same time I think Story would appreciate it now, because she just generally loves everything at the moment.
Yeah, she loves to touch things and explore and smell things already.
Yeah.
So she might not be able to say that she's enjoying it as much, but she can definitely see it.
Yeah. One thing that's important to stay the same, no matter what decision that we make, is that we don't want it to affect how much time we get to spend with Story and together as a family at this point in our life.
And it's also very important for us to remember that the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Yeah, it's very true. Well, we are just heading back home now. We've done the circuit in the forest. We're just about to come up to the road now. So I hope you enjoyed coming with us on this little walk and talk. If you are an 8-miler, we will see you tomorrow for our weekend vlog. If not, you can find out how to become an 8-miler by clicking the links
down below or in the corner here.
Yeah, and if not, we will see you all on Monday. Bye. Bye. Good girl.